All right, so let's see how this works. Welcome to the online phonetics course, Fall 2018, Linguistics 205, Section 800. This course is completely online, so even those of you who are here in Edmonton will be largely taking the course remotely. So where are we at? I'm going to go through the syllabus really quickly, just to go over the main points, and then we'll look at week one stuff. So I'm Tim Mills. I'm your instructor. Tim, Dr. Mills, you can call me professor if you like. The class is online, self-directed, not self-scheduled. The assignments and the quizzes are at fixed times. There's transcription assignments, lab assignments, quizzes, and a final exam. And the main idea is to give you the framework for doing further work in phonetics. This is building on introductory linguistics, getting into the deeper level. And so we'll talk about transcription, we'll talk deeper into the IPA, anatomy and physiology, acoustics, perception, and various other things. On the syllabus, you can see that 10% of the grade is towards 5 phonetic transcription assignments. These are largely a participation grade. You do the assignment, you get the grade for doing it, you check against the model answer to see how well you did, what you can work on. There are 5 quizzes, each is worth 6%, so for a total of 30%. These are more summative evaluation of how you're doing in the course, building up to the final exam, which is in the same, it has the sort of same general structure as the quizzes, it's just longer and more in depth. Another 30% is divided between 5 lab assignments, which do more labish kind of applications of the knowledge that you're gaining in various of the modules. And then the final exam is the final 30% of the grade. There is a required textbook. Hold on. This would be a great bit of preparation to have it right in front of me. There it is. It's Rates and Youngman, Phonetics, Transcription, Production, Acoustics, and Perception. This is a great resource, fairly efficient on the pocketbook in terms of what you get out of it. I highly recommend it. I don't teach directly from it in the sense of, assigning questions from the end of chapters or anything, but I think it's very useful. There's a lot of other phonetic textbook resources out there that you can draw on as you want, and there's, of course, a lot of resources on eClass with this online class. Quizzes you access through eClass, they're open book quizzes. For each module, there's a self-test quiz, which doesn't count towards your final grade, but it will give you an idea how you're going to be tested on the material from that module. And every second week or so, every other week, there's the quiz, which does count towards your final grade. And each quiz covers the units that we've completed since the previous quiz. Each quiz, you have 60 minutes, but you can start that anytime during the day based on the Edmonton time zone, which is Mountain Daylight Time until November 3rd and Mountain Standard Time after that. And it closes 60 minutes after you start it or at midnight, whichever comes first. The 5 transcription assignments are due on Wednesdays, not every Wednesday, but they're due on Wednesdays beginning next Wednesday, the 12th. And for these, you submit your transcription for the sounds that are presented. There are 5, and we'll be going through sort of various levels of transcription depth and detail throughout the course of the term. There are 5 lab assignments, or lab in quotes. They're due on Mondays, not every Monday, beginning September 17th. Excuse me. And each transcription or lab assignment is due at midnight at the end of the day specified. Midnight Mountain Time, midnight Edmonton time. The final exam is on December 7th, 10 in the morning to 1 in the afternoon, Mountain Standard Time. And if you're writing it on campus, then I will invigilate it for you. You let me know that you want me to do that, and I'll invigilate it for you. If you're writing off campus, then you find an invigilator locally, and excuse me, details will be provided on eClass for how exactly to do that. Let's see. Various things in the syllabus that amount to don't cheat, don't be a jerk, that kind of stuff. Obviously, attendance isn't, we have to have a thing in there about attendance, but I'm not recording attendance in this online class. There's student accessibility services. I think they have a new name this term, accessibility resources or something. You can find them if you need accommodations of some sort. There's a course schedule on the syllabus that lays out when each quiz, what day each quiz is, what day each transcription and lab assignment is due, and what topics we're covering each week. Now I say we're covering, all of the lecture videos and course material is already there, but I'll be putting out a video like this every week to sort of touch base, set the pace, that kind of thing, respond to things that have come up. So try to hold to that schedule as much as possible. Get ahead if you want, although the quizzes aren't going to be available early just because you finished a topic early. Right. So you can go at your own pace as long as it's at least as fast as our pace. Grand. That's the syllabus. So this first week is review. You all have some form of introductory linguistics under your belt. Some of the U of A Linguistics 101 course. A lot of you it's from somewhere else, but it's broadly equivalent. But this week is to refresh that, get going, remind yourselves that I have materials up there so that as you're refreshing it in the direction of how I do phonetics, which is slightly different from how other people do phonetics. Each instructor is a little bit different, so let's get all on the same stream there. The quiz at the end of this week, on the 7th, is a quiz of review. It's the stuff that you would have got in a phonetics quiz or exam when you did introductory linguistics. And there's a practice quiz there for you to try out. The transcription that's due next Wednesday is a transcription that you might be able to do, out of what you learned in 101. I do have some transcription resources there for you to refresh that. Again, sort of get in line with how I tend to approach phonetic transcription. I've tried to identify things where there's maybe more than one approach that are considered equivalent for now. And then the first lab assignment is the prospective assignment. What do you expect to learn? It's basically just a way to encourage you to look at the learning outcomes document, which alongside the syllabus, those are your sort of Bibles for the course. The syllabus is how the course is run administratively. The learning outcomes document is what exactly I want you to learn, what I can test you on, and quizzes and the final exam and that sort of thing. So really check in with the learning outcomes document and use that for your reflections in the prospective, the first lab assignment. I would like you to check out eClass. eClass is a very important, you can't have got to this video without checking out eClass, not easily anyway. But check out the things that are available on eClass. So it's arranged in different sections. Transcriptions, lab assignments, and quizzes are at the top, and then it goes through each of the modules from 101 review, general acoustics, vowel acoustics, consonant acoustics, monoacoustics, anatomy, IPA, phonation and airstreams, and so on, all the way through. Each module has a discussion forum to discuss things specific to that module. It has a page of links to videos. I believe the 101 review section has just one video, but the others have more than that, as well as some notes around those videos. There's a self-test for each section, and some of the sections have extra resources after the self-test. Some of them don't. Okay. I have every confidence that you guys can figure all that out. A lot of the things that I've linked to are links to Google Drive, where I have files that are shared with your University of Alberta ID through the Google credentials, which is subtly but not entirely separate from the eClass credentials. So sometimes you'll click on a link and it'll say you don't have access. And there's a nice fancy button saying, or a very visible button saying request access. Don't click that button. It sends me an email saying fluffybunny@yahoo.co.something has requested access. I don't know Fluffy Bunny. It could be your actual name, and I'm still going to ignore it because I know you as the students have access. There's a PDF document on above the first section, above the transcriptions. It says switching accounts. If you get an access denied message, it walks you through. Don't request access. Find the link that says switch accounts or something like that, and go through that, and you'll get access. You can get there. I like linking to live documents so that if someone detects a typo or an error, which sometimes happens, I fix it, and then it's live updated for everyone who follows that link. So anyway, so crack into it. Check out the discussion boards. I'm going to be posting to the general discussion forum. That's where I post announcements. If you have questions about the course in general, post there. If you have questions about a specific module, post in that specific module. Post anywhere, and if I think it's in the wrong place, I can move it. That's fine. Don't worry too much about that. Feel free to answer posts by other people if you think you know the answer. I will always be here to backstop in case things get off the rails, but they rarely do. And the course isn't graded on a curve, so helping your classmates out doesn't hurt anybody. Yeah, and let me know where you're at, what you're thinking of, what's difficult, what's easy. Check in, okay? I'll see you guys online.